It's Thursday. Weekly export sales are out. We'll talk about those in just a moment. First off, welcome back to Your World in Agriculture for February 6th, 2025. Welcome to Imogene Ingredients, our first sponsor. We'll talk about Imogene Ingredients in just a moment. Overnight, corn traded up a penny, soybeans up 8 cents, wheat up 2, and cattle and hogs coming off a strong move higher on Wednesday. The Dow is up, the dollar is higher. As we take a look at the outside markets, the dollar, it would be better and more supportive for the grains if it was lower. U.S. West Texas crude oil up 35 cents, 71.38 per barrel. Prices fell 2% on Wednesday on a large build of U.S. crude and gasoline stockpiles reported. It's also facing weaker demand in the U.S., so those factors are negative. Oil down 10% since January 15th. If you're keeping track of home, ahead of the new Trump administration is when that all happened. USDA weekly export sales now for the week since the week of January 24th through the 30th, corn sales jumped 9% from the previous week. Soybean sales fell 12% from the previous week. Soybean meal hit a marketing year high in that week of January 24th through the 30th, up 29% from the previous week. Soybean oil fell 8.82% from the previous week. So wheat sales fell 4%. So those are the weekly export sales. Now, when you combine weekly export sales along with the total, the accumulated exports and the outstanding sales, then you get a chance to look at the the total commitments. And this is what these charts are going to show you, is the total commitments of corn right now versus the USDA's projection for the marketing year. So right now we're about 72% there. So on our way, the corn total commitments totaling 44.76 million metric tons as of January 30th. Now that's a look at corn. As we take a look at soybeans, we are 86.7% to the USDA's projection for the marketing year. Total U.S. commitments right now for soybeans are at 43.06 million metric tons. Last year we were at 38.3, by the way, so we're above last year's pace. Right now the pace for soybean meal at 61.7% of the USDA's projection for the marketing year. The meal total commitments at 9.7 million metric tons. They were, again, 62% right now to the USDA's projection for the marketing year. And then we turn to soybean oil. So we're almost there for soybean oil. Oil exports are moving right along. The total for the total commitments right now, 674,000, compares to the USDA's projection of 730,000. Now for wheat, our total commitments, although we're not showing the chart for the wheat market, the wheat right now has a total commitments of 4.41 million metric tons. So again, those are the total commitments. As I mentioned, when you combine the accumulated exports with the outstanding sales, you get commitments, and that's really what people want to know. What is the pace of these sales, and are we going to reach the USDA's projection for the marketing year? Now, let's move on to some other news, and some more important news, actually. It's a busy day. Mexico on Wednesday bought 330,000 metric tons of U.S. corn for the 25-26 marketing year. That was good for the corn market. Also, prices for 6 of the 8 main fertilizers are higher for the first time since October of 2024. In January, urea and UAN 32 jumped 5%, according to the DTN index. More news out of South America. This is the Brazil update. As of this morning, more rain is in the forecast for this weekend, delaying further Brazil's soybean harvest and corn planting. Right now, only 15% of Brazil's soybeans are cut, and that is below the 30% pace last year. Right now, corn is at 5% completed planted. That's compared to 15% last year. All of those numbers come from CCM Agribusiness Consultant in Brazil. Rain, freezing rain, and snow is hitting the plains, northern Midwest, and East Coast here in the U.S. this week. Cattle, hog, and poultry producers, listen up. If your livestock have scours, and right now, of course, this is the time of the year for scours, Imogene Ingredients sell a product called Pharmatan. It stabilizes the digestive process. It can save your animal increase immunity levels, and improve general health. Decrease your scour cases today by contacting Imogene Ingredients at 515-745-1639. Tell Paul Mitchell and Paul Martin hi for me. Visit ImogeneIngredients.com. Again, ImogeneIngredients.com. Be sure to subscribe and like Your World in Agriculture for more farm content. I'm Mike McGinnis.